So I used to sleep like a baby, right? I used to be one of those guys where you'd literally be like sleeping with your friends. Like, let's say you're like on some school camp trip, and you just hit the pillow and you just fall asleep straight away. And then you'd wake up in the morning, and then your friends would be like, "What the hell, bro? You were like snoring in like 2 seconds, Michael, or whatever." Like, and you fall asleep straight away. But all of a sudden, like life continues, right? Like you're still the normal, like it's easy to sleep kind of person. But then all of a sudden, you start struggling to sleep. This was me, right? I started struggling to sleep. I started lying in bed for hours straight, bro. And then I, and I had to get up and start reading books. And I read like my whole childhood series, like the Captain Underpants series, like if you know that, again. Like I read it again, and I would just be laying in bed frustrated, like, oh, why can't I sleep? Why can't I sleep? Rolling around like, oh, bro, sleep's really important. If I don't sleep, I'm gonna like die of like dementia or something. I don't know. I read the Matthew Walker Why We Sleep book, and bro, like that freaking like that literally caused me insomnia, bro. That was like crazy. But there was one day when I was like in my usual binge. I was watching a finance YouTuber actually. I can't pinpoint what video it was, but it was like his routine basically. And he said one thing that instantly, pretty much instantly, just wiped the months of insomnia away. It was that you're in bed, right? You're in a bed. That's something to be grateful for. You're in a bed. You're in a nice, comfy, soft bed. And you're here at the end of your day. A long, tiring, hard day. Here to relax, here to rest. And it doesn't really matter if you fall asleep or not, because it's so nice just to be lying down to rest and recover. And falling asleep is almost like a bonus. Yes, sleeping would be better, but just laying in bed after a long, hard day or just working hard, it's nice to rest. And then after that, after having that mindset, of course, some days like it took a while to go to sleep, but after that, bro, I was back to hitting the pillow and falling asleep instantly, man. That's number one. To just realize that it's so nice just to be in a bed and relax. And the second one is reading before bed. Reading before bed, in bed, is really good too. Even though I've watched so many sleep videos that they say reading in bed is bad because you should only sleep in bed. For me, this helped. I read in bed and I'd read until my eyes would get super tired. Can't even keep them open that much, which is quite quickly actually. Only lasts about 10 minutes, and I'd be asleep right after that. I'd close my Kindle, tiredly just put it on my table, and I'd fall asleep. That's the second thing that I did. Number 3 is doing what you were supposed to do in the day. This is kind of weird. I don't know if anyone's talked about this, but doing what you were supposed to have done in the day. Because there's something about going to sleep, laying in bed, and just having that feeling of accomplishment, that you've done everything you were supposed to do for the day. And then that leads back into the first tip of it's so nice and comfortable to be in bed because you feel nicer just lying there, like not in the mindset of being like, oh, I need to sleep and when you're like, it's just like rolling around. It's been hours. People like to turn that into memes and like say, oh, yeah, watching videos at 2 a.m. But it's actually a problem for a lot of people. So that's why I'm making this video. But when you've done everything that you were supposed to do in the day, you have that feeling of just accomplishment, right? That's another thing that helped me. So a lot of people like to, including me, to put off their goals, to put off their growth, sacrificing it for pleasure in the moment, which they think is going to make them happier. For example, watching the TV show. Like I used to be a big TV show watcher. I'd be watching like Simpsons every single season, and without thinking about it, I'd be enjoying it, right? In the moment, but afterwards when I'm finished, I haven't done anything I was supposed to do in the day. I've skipped out on my homework. I've skipped out on working out. So then it doesn't actually bring you pleasure, does it? It brings you pleasure in the moment. Like you laugh and Homer Simpson falls off a cliff or something. I don't know. It's nice in the moment, and then afterwards you're hit with the reality that you haven't done what you're supposed to do in the day. So that's the third tip. Do what you're supposed to do in the day. That's simple. And that should hopefully help you, bro.